Anyway, back out to my outro and my questions.
Appreciate you.
Speaking of love, what I wanted to know about you two is we've flirted with these topics before, but I have 3 questions, and the first question is, what's your love language and how do you like to be shown love?
Yeah, I know that because my wife always asks me that, like affirmation.
Yep.
And
so which one? Is it your love language or how you want to be shown love?
So how I show love is what's the word for it? Like doing stuff.
Extra service?
Yeah, acts of service. I'm not really like an affectionate person. Like, I'm not the type to like hold hands, or I'm not the type to like hug in public, like any of that stuff. Like for me, like that's just comes down to my upbringing as well. So what is that? What's that like?
Physical touch?
Physical touch, yeah. Physical touch is not one of my love languages that I like. I shouldn't say I like, but I shouldn't say that, but it's not like my top.
Yeah, it doesn't come to you naturally. Yeah.
So acts of service is my love language that I like. That I like doing. But I'd say words of affirmation. Is that it? Yeah. Words of affirmation is what I like.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Do you know what love language are? Do you
honestly, I don't even know what. I'm being dead serious. I don't even know what affirmations are. All that love language shit. I don't even know what that is.
I'll briefly explain it quickly. So you've got 5 love languages, and these are like ways that I guess you express love or receive love, and they're pretty broad. So like you can't cover everything, but you've got physical touch, self-explanatory. Words of affirmation, essentially, like you like hearing nice things, you like being encouraged, you need reassurance, like verbal reassurance, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's words of affirmation. You've got quality time. This is quality time when we hang out. There's time with people. You've got gift giving, and you've got, what's the last one?
The X one.
Extra service, which is like my father, for example. He's in a generation where they don't speak a lot, don't hug a lot, but they'll show you how much they love you by mowing the lawns or like bringing home the bread.
I think that's a bit of me as acts of service. I think for me is a way of showing, like, I'm not really an affectionate person.
Sexual acts.
Yeah. I like physical touch in bed. Yeah. Nah, see, I'm like him. Like in public, I don't do the holding hands and like all the public sort of stuff. Like to keep to myself, or like keep mine to myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But acts of service, not the physical. I don't think I'm the physical touch.
You like words of affirmation?
Yeah, words of affirmation. I think those are my 2, as words and acts of service.
Like
just being, I guess, told, like, because you have to tell me, because I'm just in one ear out the other. Or,
yeah, fair.
So,
you got a bit of wax, so it might go a little bit later.
So those are probably my 2.
Yeah, nice.
I like that.
Okay.
That's
so if my missus is watching, my future missus, nah.
Yeah, exactly. She got the sauce now. Is there anything in your upbringing that you don't want your kids to experience in theirs?
100%. You want to go first or me?
I'll go first.
Yeah, go.
I think for my kids is I didn't have my father around, so I think it's important for me to do. It's not my job. It's I think my role to be. So I wouldn't want my kids growing up without their dad, like I did. I'm lucky to have father figures in my life. And have my dad, who I call my dad, but he's not biologically my dad. And it's a bit different because you hope to have your biological father, but I think it's different in a way for me. But I still call him my dad and treat my dad, who I call my dad, him as my father. But yeah, for me, it's my kids having me around. Because it does hurt, like obviously not growing up without your dad, it does hurt, and you think to yourself as a kid, like you have those thoughts as a kid, like why doesn't my dad, want me? Am I not good enough? Those sort of things. So, yeah, for me, just being present in my kid's life, and yeah.
It's funny. That's exactly like mine. Like, so at a young age, my parents split up, and I came home back to New Zealand with, I call it home because I've been here longer, but I came back to New Zealand with my mum. My dad was always in my life, but my dad wasn't physically always in my life, like every day. So what I mean by that is like I could always speak to my dad on the phone, but my dad was never like, obviously I'm not waking up to my dad, or I'm not my dad's not coming to my games. Like the only way of communicating with my dad is over the phone, or is if I'm in Australia. So for me it was exactly the same as Broads, is being that father figure for my kids, because I know what it's like not to have my dad there physically. And I want to make sure that I'm there physically for my kids, so that, you know, they know that they got their mum and dad there. And because I know, like, especially for my son, like shout out to my mum. My mum's obviously passed away now, but I've got a real, like, one of my close cousins, Marlo. Like, Marlo and Langi, like, they lost their mum, but I grew up with my cousin Marlo. And my brother Ads, he lost his mum too. So I think for us three at the same time, we're all pretty close. Is that we all took the journey of, we've never had our mums, like we lost our mums young. Sorry, so I shout out to my I give full credit to my mum, especially my grandparents on both sides, because they have helped me. Like what Broad said, like a lot of people have had roles in my life that have helped me and shaped me to be who I am today. So that's why I'm massive on like trying to be there for my kids as a father. It's not my role, and it's not my job. Like, you know, that's my duty. Like, it takes two to have kids, and you know, that's why I always say, like, there's no 50-50. Like, that's just something that, like, you're bound to having kids. Like, there's no if, whats, or buts. Like, you took the time to have the kid. They didn't ask to be born in this world. So that's mainly my thing, is just making sure that I'm there as a father, physically, emotionally, spiritually, like as much as I can for my kids. I don't want them to go through that.
No, thanks for sharing that. I'm very aware that often nothing needs to be said sometimes. But I just felt a wave of emotion, just like of gratitude for my father.
Yeah.
Because I got those things.
Yeah.
And I still wanted to run away. That's the crazy thing.
Mm.
It's a crazy thing. It just shows that life is complicated sometimes, and yeah, we're all just.
But again,
we're just looking for answers, aren't we?
Who at your age knows what's right and wrong? Like at that age of time, you know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Definitely not crapping on my story or your,
Yeah.
or either your guys. It's just
We're all different.
yeah.
I
It's
think
a full
like
circle moment.
for me, like growing up, like hearing what you just said, I seen a lot of my mates, like all my mates grew up with their dads. And then so I was always going over to my mate's place for the weekend, and you see their dad, like you see their dads after the rugby game giving them tips or, you know, critiquing their game, and they're like, oh, fuck this cunt, fuck, he's fucking annoying, I can't wait to smash him when I'm older, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I'm like, bro, I wish I had someone like that just to come off, or I wish I had someone to kick the ball around after like at the park, or someone, you know, to teach me how to be a man, really.
Yeah.
Because for me, I had to do it myself. Well, I don't even think I'm a man yet, but like what you just said, like it, for me, it was hard to see, and you just wish for that relationship. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not the best father. I'm not always there.
No one is.
Like because of the situation I'm in. So, but yeah, it's a big role that it's not a role. It's a big, I guess.
What's the word for it?
I don't know.
It's not a role. It's not a thing, but it's like a big
responsibility, I guess.
Yeah,
To be a parent.
Yeah.
Not just a father, a mother too, but yeah, it's all touchy subject, that one.
I agree with you, because like shout out to my dad. Like, my dad done the best he could for the possible situation that he was in, and I'm the same. Like, I wish that my dad was here more physically, so that I can have those moments, and that's the reason why I'm massive on like my moments with my son. Like you both see him, like he comes to league trainings and kicks the ball around.
Yeah, I love that, bro.
Like he, Dad, are you going training today? Oh yeah, can I come? Yeah, okay. So for me, like I like seeing him come to trainings, and that's our time together. He loves it too. Like, obviously he knows all the boys. Like, believe it or not, even my other daughter, Eri, like, she knows every single player on our team's name. It's like, how do you know all of this and you don't even come to training? And then like I can hear her and Kyrie arguing, like, no, he's this number and that. Like, for me, like, that just shows like my time with my son, it's not paying off, but like it just shows like, you know, like he's interested in what he does when he comes with us. Like sometimes he comes to shisha before he gets picked up, you know what I mean? Like
He's trying to stay till 10
He
o'clock.
is.
Get your ass home, buddy.
He's trying to skip bedtime, bro.
Yeah, so like that's what I love about like being a father, and that's my time with my son is like bringing him along to stuff that I do, and I, as much as I can, I try to take him. Obviously, there's stuff that he can't come to, which is obviously hanging around after at the club rooms and whatnot, because I don't want him there with all the not the drinking, but
with all the pussy heads.
yeah, I just want him to be around like being a kid and enjoy being a kid.
Yeah, hard. Not exposing him to anything too soon.
Yeah, but I guess he's gonna get exposed sooner or later. But you know, it's just mine is just him just enjoying being a kid.
Yeah, hard. Thank you for sharing, brothers. Yeah, that's awesome.
Hit us. You got one more.
No. My last question is this is a two-parter, but like, what's something that scares you, and like, what's something that you want to do about that before you die? And then, so the last part of that is and it might not relate, but like, if on your deathbed you heard someone giving your eulogy or speaking about you, what would be the one word that you would like turn over in your grave if you heard them say it? Like, for example, mine would be, I won't answer the fear one, but like if I ever heard someone say that I was ingenuine, like I'd hate that. That's the worst thing you could say about me in my eyes. So essentially, what is the one word that you wouldn't want to be described as?
Thank you.
So first part of that, just to repeat it for Brody, is what's something that scares you, and what do you want to? Is there anything that you feel that you can do about it before you die? And the second part of that is what's something that you would never want to be described as?
I'll answer it first because I've got 2 years older than you.
20.
For me, like I used to fear death. I used to. To be quite honest with you, I don't fear death at all. I feel like I'm in a good place mentally, physically, not physically, but mentally and spiritually, that I don't fear death anymore. I think that comes down to a lot of that comes down to a lot of like, you know how we have our like little chats and stuff and just talking about like making the most, like life's too short, and making the most of who we have and giving our energy and time to the right people. Yeah, I find like since my grandfather has passed away, like my time sharing with people has limited to a group of people, and I've had more than enough energy now to be able to give that to those people, my wife and kids included, and like especially my family and all of that, is because I was always giving it to people outside of my circle that didn't reciprocate it back. Come to realize that when my grandfather passed away, I spoke to you about this at Shisha. Like I was always giving it to people that didn't reciprocate it back. So the people that really meant something to me weren't getting my time and energy. When my grandfather passed away, the people that were there and the people that had reached out, are the people that I made sure from this point on, I'm going to give my time and energy to. The people on the outside that I used to give my energy to and time, I'm only going to give you my time and energy as if we're in the same place. So like if I cross paths, so like if you said to me, oh, we'll meet up, but I didn't want to give you my time and energy, it would be like, oh, nah, I'm busy. But if we happen to be at the same place and we're there, then I'll give you my time and energy. But I'm not going to go out of my way, out of my daily schedule to come and make time and effort for you, because I know that when I give you time and effort, you're not giving it back to me. So now all of that stuff has given me the opportunity to not only not fear like what's around the corner, because I make sure that the right people get my time and energy, and I make sure that I do things that make me happy. So if I was to die today like yourself, like I'll die happy, man. And that's why I don't fear death. The only thing I fear about it is leaving my family behind. How can I change it? I've already changed it, I think, for me. Yeah, I'm not scared of it, so it's not a fear of mine anymore. And that was probably one of the only things I feared.
Me.
What was the other part? Someone said something about me.
Nah, what would you never want to be described as? I was trying to make it sound like what would you never want to be described as at your funeral, but like what would you never? What is one word that you never want associated with who you are as a person?
I would say like loyalty, like to like
So you wouldn't want people to describe you as disloyal,
disloyal, like especially to like
or unloyal, whatever you want to say it.
my like family and friends. Like I'm the type of person that like if you're with me, like I'll do anything for you. And like that type of loyal, like if I say if you say like, bro, I got your back, then I'll have your back like 100 times. And I'll do anything for you. And that's, I think, like gone into like me as like a leader, and being a leader is like, man, like, but I'm still learning to this day. And being a leader is a hard thing, but I find that, like, you know, go back to biblical terms, like God never gives his hardest battles to his, God always gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. And I believe that every battle that we go through, it's for a purpose. It's defining who we are and creating who we are. So I never want to hear like, but he wasn't like he didn't do anything for me, or he wasn't there for me.
Yeah.
Because, man, I like me and you reach out to each other. I mean, I reach out to this guy. Like, that's the whole reason why I wanted to do the podcast, was to keep this guy busy.
Yeah.
Mainly, with his injury. And keep him around doing media. Obviously, he doesn't have a face for media. He's got a face for radio.
Handsome.
I'd agree.
Handsome.
So yeah, man. Yeah, that's me. Like, yeah, that's what I feel like. I just like not a loyal friend, and wasn't there for me, a friend or family member.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, all good.
Like, wait, you want us to put on the screen, or what the heck?
So what's something that like could be like, what's your biggest fear, and what do you want to do about it before you die? Like, do you have any ideas of what could maybe fix that fear before you die?
I'm the same as well. I used to fear death, but I don't fear it anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore, but like I don't think I've ever been I was, but now I think this whole year I think I've been like, if I die, I die. It's my time. And like 2 months ago I was probably on the road of dying.
That was going to be a follow-up question, is like, has that experience confirmed that you don't fear in your eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think I've handled that whole situation like pretty well. Yeah, I think I've handled it pretty good. Like, even when I was in that whole process and sitting in hospital, like, I wasn't scared. I knew I'd be all right, and if it was my time, it was my time. But I don't fear death. I think I fear probably losing my kids. That's my fear. But I don't know how I would, like, stop that.
Yeah.
In a way, but yeah, I think my biggest fear would be, well, not just my kids, my family, like my mum, my siblings. So yeah, probably just losing family. But yeah, on the next question, that's a hard one, because I don't care what people think about me, in a way, or like at all. I don't really care. I'm a pretty straightforward person. If you don't like me, you don't like me.
I don't.
Oh, see?
Neither.
Yeah. Turn the cameras around and put the fucking gloves on and the fuck, we see you likes each other. Nah, honestly, I don't really care what people think about me. I don't. If people talk about me, say outside of, or like where I am, it doesn't hit me. Like,
doesn't faze you.
Yeah, it doesn't faze me, because if you're thinking about me,
no one is,
and I'm not next to you or with you, why are you thinking about me? Like, why am I in your head?
Okay.
In a sort of rent free in your head, like. But like, a word that would probably hit me is if someone said I was a shit dad.
Asshole.
Man, you're getting plenty of those. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I'm an asshole, but fuck, I'll drop all you cunts.
Yeah.
Anyone can get it. Nah, but if someone, like, if I was in my grave and I heard someone say, fuck, you've been a good dad. Yeah, fuck, I'll cry him out of my grave and I'll bring you down in the grave with me, you piece of shit. Yeah, those are probably my answers. Bro, this is our podcast, not yours.
Sorry about that. Just applying for a job out here.
Shit.
I like that though.
You're good.
You're
good.
You put us on the spot.
Yeah, we all got to challenge each other, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, on that note, hey, thank you for sharing, brothers. I got Brody teary-eyed. That was the goal.
Yeah, didn't see the tears run down.
Yeah. Yes, but I just once again want to just honor you both for the men you are and what you're doing here, and for the value that you guys bring into my life.
Yeah,
my man.
I appreciate your time, brother. And yeah, on that note,
yeah, that's us. And thank you for thank you once again for jumping on.
We'll be our first
and taking 20 minutes of our time.
Very first guest.
Freedom Vaha'akolo, everyone.
Let's go.
Let's get ready to rumble. What's it on that beat? Oh.